green flag is being waved. Sebastian Vettel will want this to go as soon as they possibly can. It's lights out and away we go, and Hamilton gets away clear from Raikkonen and Vettel. Ocon there covers up his teammate. Great start from the Frenchman. Hamilton into the first corner in the lead, then ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, Max Verstappen dueling with Sebastian Vettel as they go through village and into the loop section. Behind them, the all concertina up. It's Hamilton from Raikkonen. Round the outside goes Max Verstappen. Inside Sebastian Vettel. Huge pressure from the Red Bull driver, and it pays off. He gets past Vettel before the start of the Wellington straight. What a move, Paul di Resta.
Absolutely, Max was committed. He's always aggressive, always pushing. There was flames coming out at the back of Vettel's brake drum, just as I saw at the commentary box window. So hopefully that's going to be okay and not cost him too much in the Grand Prix later stages.
Decent start for Valtteri Bottas, 2 years up to 7th place and ahead of Sergio Perez. Esteban Ocon runs in 5th. Now we head into Copse for the first time. Hamilton ahead of Raikkonen, ahead of Verstappen, and Vettel right on his tail. Stoffel Van Dorn in the midfield, and Fernando Alonso, his teammate, is up in the 17th already. Listen to the applause as through maggots and baggots they go. Hamilton, the home hero, has got the start the home fans wanted.
That is exactly what Liberty need to hear. The crowd's clapping already. You can already see how many people. We've got a yellow flag.
Yeah, someone's gone off at Chapel. Carlos Sainz has gone off at Chapel. Esteban Ocon dueling away with Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg chops it off, going into Stowe. Bold, brave move, and Esteban Ocon is still trying to fight back on this one. Carlos Sainz has stopped on the track after going off. We watch here the Frenchman and the German dueling, and this is for 5th and 6th place. And I've been told that Danny Kvyat is the man that caused the accident that took Carlos Sainz out of this race. Trouble brewing at Toro Rosso, and that is the stranded Spaniard in front of the Beckett's grandstand.
Yeah, I think that team radio.
Yeah, all okay. You can tell Danny, he did a very good job there.
Oh,
the man they nicknamed the Torpedo seems to have done it again, Paul di Resta. Let's have a look. This is the duel as Sainz gets past Danny Kvyat. Kvyat tucks in behind him on the way down to Maggots, gets alongside, goes off.
He just turned it for me.
Okay, Sainz is blaming his teammate. Kvyat is blaming his teammate. Who drove into who?
They were battling very hard with each other, weren't they? One missing one corner, one missing another. Unfortunately, just slightly overdid it, ran on the grass, didn't he, and then caught the other guy. Here we've got a nice onboard from Vettel as well. Hamilton, blistered start, as did Kimi Raikkonen. You can see Vettel struggling to get away. So Max was actually past him already.
He was ahead, but then if you look here, he's having a go at Raikkonen. Raikkonen cuts him off. Vettel says, thank you left the door open for me.
Max still keen to go on, but you can see both Ferrari drivers racing each other. That's two guys with respect to each other again. Nice to see, isn't it?
Not touched there though. As they pass the safety car line and into the Vale chicane, and we're racing properly now. Hamilton from Raikkonen, then comes Verstappen and Vettel. After him comes Hulkenberg and Ocon. After Ocon, it is Bottas, and after Bottas, Perez and Van Dorn. Into Abbey they go. 10th place for Felipe Massa at the moment. Last stroll into 12th. Both Williams cars starting well, as they did in Austria this time last week, and on the fringes of the points last stroll at the moment. So down the Wellington straight we go. Hamilton seems to have survived the restart very nicely indeed there, Paul.
Yeah, the one that seems to be struggling is Verstappen, but I was just watching in the back of the screen before the race had restarted again. Ricardo very aggressive, making moves down into the final chicane.
But did he have an off here? Stuck behind the Haas. Whoa, and through Woodcote onto the gravel. That's bumpy, that's bouncy. On board with Valtteri Bottas. He was in 6th place. He is in 5th place. Nico Hulkenberg, the latest one that he has blasted past. Bottas on a mission here from 9th.
Hulkenberg did exactly the right thing. I know he gave up the place easy, but his focus is on beating the Force India today. He just needs to stay out of trouble. Hopefully he can pick up a little bit of a slipstream, let Bottas pull him along slightly, but that's not who he's racing today. He's got to be selfish and think about the long-term game. Ricardo obviously trying to pass Alonso. He's up against probably one of the best guys out there, so this is not going to be an easy overtake, and kind of stuck there in limbo at the moment.
Just think, Paul, you went round in the two-seater with Simon Lazenby and how unsettled you were getting, trying to find the right line through Maggots and Beckett. Down the the inside of Stowe goes Daniel Ricciardo. He does not want to be waiting around and having to handle his Red Bull through Maggots and Beckett with all that turbulent weight from Alonso any longer. Nice move.
Now he's unleashed onto Stroll next. See how he can move up, but I've got a feeling that this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we know how the Williams, how efficient it is in a straight line. Here we've got a nice onboard. You can see he left it nice and late, well into the 100-metre board. Look, dive down the inside, tucked it up to the inside, job done. Now here's Vettel putting another move on Verstappen.
Is he close enough? Is he close enough? He's gaining, he's going down the inside. Sebastian Vettel through Stowe. Has Vettel made that move on Verstappen? Sting Verstappen goes off the track. He's still just ahead. The crowd are loving this. Into the rail chicane we go. Vettel gets pushed off the track. Verstappen's off the track himself. And somehow the Dutchman is hanging on to third place. What a scrap between these two. We have seen time and time again. They get very close to each other and Vettel gets very upset at the way Verstappen's driving. He can't have any complaints there. Both giving absolutely everything.
He wants to play bumper cars or something.
Let's have a little look. Switches to go down the inside, Sebastian Vettel. And this is where Verstappen, round the outside, does go wide. They both go off the track, don't they?
They do both go off the track. It's this next bit here as well. I think on the balance of it, Vettel didn't leave him room at Stowe. Verstappen didn't leave him room at the second part, so what can you say?
Sebastian Vettel, Ferrari, trying the undercuts where the driver behind pits early, then uses his fresh tyres for a blistering out lap, and by the time the team ahead have covered him off by pitting at the end of the lap, will hopefully find himself ahead if it all works according to plan. Sebastian Vettel is making his way along the pit straight at the moment.
Quick enough.
And is it quick? And there comes Sebastian Vettel now, and the Ferrari is ahead of Verstappen, and they've done it at the pit stop. The undercut has worked. Verstappen was held a bit longer, and that has cost him. Now he's much closer, Ricciardo, going down the Wellington straight side by side with Sergio Perez, goes around the outside into Brooklands, and he's made up a place on one of the Force Indias. Ocon to come next. Ricciardo is now in 9th, and by letting Ocon stay ahead of Perez, have Force India cost themselves against Ricciardo here?
I think they have slightly, and then the next man after he gets by Ocon is up to Hülkenberg, so the Renault pit will be telling him to get a move on as well. But Perez, he's definitely been sitting there, isn't he? He looks much more comfortable again, and you can see, I think Ricciardo should be able to pass him down the hanger straight here into Stowe. If not, he'll do the same move as he did last night.
Brilliant onboard footage there that shows how compliant and responsive that Red Bull is going through Maggots and Beckett. He's getting a great tow with some DRS. He goes into Stowe once again. The Daniel Ricciardo show produces another great overtake, and he is up into 8th place. He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him into Copse. He's going wheel to wheel into Copse corner. Daniel Ricciardo at about 180 miles an hour produces the latest in a series of memorable overtakes.
I think there'll be some Ferrari fans in the grandstand, but I don't think there'll be many Sebastian Vettel fans here today.
There is a banner right outside our commentary box that says Lewis hammer time, Sebastian no bumping. It's nothing like a few friendly words of advice.
Vettel kicking up the dust.
Struggling maybe on the tyres, Paul.
Bottas is going to be challenging down into Stowe. Vettel's going to make him go the long way.
He's getting the toe, he's going to try and go around the outside. Valtteri Bottas, he's great into Stowe. Has he got past Vettel? Oh, they almost touch wheels as he comes back onto the track. Vettel stays ahead. Oh, and then locks up massively. Huge clouds of smoke coming from underneath those tyres on the Ferrari. He stays ahead. Very aggressive there. Sebastian Vettel fighting for third place, fighting to preserve his championship advantage, which is 10 points at the moment. He doesn't want to lose anything more than he really has to. And after surviving that attack, Bottas is coming back again.
He's hurting now. Bottas is going to make him history down here. It looks like Vettel's going to have hurt that front tyre as well. He'll be getting vibrations going through that steering now. He got a nice clean exit there though, so Bottas may have to wait to the end of the hanger straight now. I get the feeling he's just going to get there in time for Brooklands. Yet just covered it.
That Ferrari didn't look very stable under braking there, Paul, which to me indicates his tyres really are struggling a little bit. It's a tempting corner, isn't it? Woodcote, Luffield I should say. There always seems to be a door opening to try and get past, and then it
closes
just
up.
Yeah, shuts right at the last minute.
Vettel really struggling. It's surprising. Normally the Ferrari's the car at the end that's good on its tyres, so you can see both cars, and equally the last Grand Prix, Vettel was the other way around, challenging Bottas at the end. But I'm sure Mercedes will be winding that engine up, looking. I get the feeling Bottas, Vettel's going to be taking exactly the same stance, but Bottas should.
Yeah, he's going to do it this time because he was that much closer.
Raikkonen struggling. Oh, he's got a puncture.
Has he got a puncture?
He's got a puncture. Front left tyres.
Yeah, you can see it's starting to shred. This is awful for Kimi Raikkonen. Valtteri Bottas catching him.
My left front tire broke.
He has now lost second place as Valtteri Bottas gets past the Ferrari and makes it Mercedes 1 and 2. Now Raikkonen is going to try and limp home into the pits here with 2 laps remaining. He was on for a British Grand Prix podium, and this first podium here since he won 10 years ago in 2007, and it's been taken away from him this afternoon by a problem with his front left tyre.
This is going to help Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship because Max should be able to put himself in front of him.
It's going to help his teammate Sebastian Vettel in the Drivers' Championship, of course, because Vettel will now go up into third place.
Really lucky he got back to the pits as quickly as he did, not picking up too much damage. Max is pitted as well.
Verstappen gets a free pit stop, shouldn't lose a place for it. I wonder if there's a bit of debris down at turn 5. It said that the track surface was slippy there.
Inside out there.
There's Vettel's off the pit.
And Sebastian Vettel's gone off, and maybe it is getting slippy. He's got a puncture too. What is causing these punctures? Both Ferraris struggling. Kimi Raikkonen now gets back past his teammate once again.
Much more costly though because Vettel's puncture, he's lost all the air as well. Look at the sparks.
Silverstone absolutely erupts.
Puncture.
Sebastian Vettel's front left tyre has gone pop, and with it
His championship lead.
His championship lead. Let's have a look. It's already going, Paul, before he gets into Brooklands.
They've all just run out of tyre gauge. You can see the front blister and you can see he's off the track. There's nothing you can do.
Ferrari may be pushing it to the limits again, as they've done in the past. Lewis Hamilton is about to start, or is on his final lap of this race, and he is looking at lapping Sebastian Vettel, possibly as Vettel limps around. And that tyre is coming unraveled, Paul, at rather an alarming rate.
Yeah, it is. I think he's going to be able to stay in front of the Force Indias, depending on how much time he loses getting into the pits here.
But everything is just changing around here in a few Silverstone seconds. Lewis Hamilton, it has been the perfect afternoon for him in terms of what he's done on the track. He started on pole, he has led every lap. The crowd rise to acclaim him as he makes his way into the Vale chicane. Lewis Hamilton, once a 4-time winner of the British Grand Prix. It's a 5th British Grand Prix win for Hamilton at Silverstone. Mercedes with the perfect afternoon as Valtteri Bottas makes it a 1-2 for the Silver Arrows. Behind Bottas will be Kimi Raikkonen, but the big question now is where will Sebastian Vettel finish, because the championship leader really is struggling, and as Hamilton finishes and on his cool-down lap, he might well yet pass Vettel. Ricciardo has got ahead of Nico Hülkenberg as Kimi Raikkonen comes home for 3rd place. So it's still a 15 race finishing streak for Sebastian Vettel, and also for this man Lewis Hamilton. The championship lead now is just 1 point at the halfway stage of the season, and a 20-point lead in the championship for Sebastian Vettel, that by the end of 52 laps at Silverstone today has come down to just 1 point. Roll on part 2 of the Formula One season in 2017.
It's so strong.